Hi guys, my name is Christina and I am a second year graduate student in the Biochemistry and Molecular Biology program, and I am in Eric Hegg's lab. We are in the biochemistry building, and so I'm going to show you our lab space, which is very typical of a biochemistry lab space. They all kind of look pretty the same. And then show you just a little bit of kind of the hallway here on the third floor, which is where we're located. But first I wanted to tell you a little bit about my research. I study an enzyme from soil bacteria that converts different nitrogen species into ammonium, which is really important for nitrogen uptake in plants since they can only use very certain versions of it. But our lab studies a bunch of stuff from biochemistry to very specifically chemicals. So we do just run the whole gambit. So just like a general layout of the building, since I don't want to be walking around and recording myself and possibly catching other people in the background. But on the biochemistry building is 5 stories. On the first floor you have the classrooms, the teaching labs, and the biochemistry store, which is where when you place an order for different chemicals, different equipment, that's where it'll come, even if you're not in biochemistry. And on the second floor is research labs, and that is where the biochemistry offices are, second floor. And then the 3rd through 5th floor are just research spaces. And like I said, I'm on the 3rd floor. So let's show you the space. So when you first walk into my lab, this is what you see. To the right is a sink area and just kind of generic storage area. That's the front door right behind me. And so to your left when you walk in, we have this, what is called a koi chamber, and this is for doing reactions that need to be in an anaerobic environment, so there's very, very low oxygen levels in there. And here is our HPLC, and this is the computer that controls the FPLC that's in the cold room, and I'll show you that, that's across the hall. So as you continue to walk in, this is where we store all of our glassware. We have a centrifuge back there. We store chemicals here, scales back there, more chemicals. And then this is the door to the PI's office. It's still decorated for Christmas. Don't judge us. And then along here are all of the benches and sinks that everyone uses. So these bench spaces are each for one person. So this is all of one student's or postdoc's work, and then at the end you have a desk where you can put like backpack and computer and everything. To the left we have all of our fridges. And keep moving in. Along this wall we have all of our hoods, and there's a good number of them down there. And continuing through, all of the benches again. This is the second door to the lab, and so I'll be going out that way at the end of the video. And then you continue to walk, you walk into a second room, and this is where, in this lab, this is where we keep all of our incubators and shakers, since we grow a lot of bacteria constantly. Other labs might put fridges back here. They also have another sink, just kind of like a multi-purpose lab space. And then the second back room, as you continue, is kind of a generic office / our kitchen. So we have our sink, microwave, the fridge, table. We got a really nice flat screen installed recently, just in time for all the labs to be shut down. And a nice view of the chemistry building across the way. There's like a nice little courtyard down there. When it's nice weather, you can go and sit and eat down there. But yeah, this is where the lab members eat. So walking back out of that room into the main lab, I'm going to turn right. Again, you can see all of those hoods came in all the way down there. I'm gonna walk out this door and show you guys the cold room. Actually, before the cold room. So this is the biochemistry building, that's one end. And those doors down there are the other end. And behind each of those doors is a stairwell. And so this building is literally just one long hallway. So like I said earlier, impossible to get lost in, which is really nice. So here's the cold room that our lab uses. We share it with a few other labs. Turn on the light. But this floor, the 3rd floor, has about 3 of these cold rooms that the labs share. And this is the FPLC that I mentioned earlier. We use this machine a bunch because this is how you purify the proteins that you grow up in the bacteria. But yeah, that's the lab, and that's the cold room.